will work. I have no idea. I don't know, I just took my hat off and it's like covered with the hair of a Siberian Husky. I don't know if you can see that. So my hair is just, it is what it is. So today is July 26th, also known as my birthday, also known as the day that the Beyond Orange Chicken came out at Panda Express. And so I feel like I'm like 8 years old and some grown-up asked me what I wanted to do for my birthday, and I said I wanted to go to Panda Express, like as if that is the nicest restaurant I can think of to go to. I'm pretty sure there was a time in my life that Panda Express was my favorite restaurant, if not like at least like top 5 for sure. I remember the grocery store my dad goes to like had a Panda Express inside of it, and so I would always want to go to the grocery store so I could pick out my Panda Express items, and like I would always pick the same things. I was always like a mushroom chicken, probably mushroom chicken and orange chicken. I would say like 90% of the time that's what I got. I don't even know why I needed to go. I guess I just liked the freedom of knowing that I could choose from many things, but just deciding to choose the same things because that's what I wanted. So anyway, I am super hungry. I got a combination plate and I also got spring rolls. So there was a lot of confusion going on this morning and also like in the last few days about which Panda Express items are vegan or not. I guess like I saw a Veg News article this morning which was kind of confusing because up until then I had been thinking that they had several vegan options, including like the chow mein and the eggplant tofu and maybe a couple of other things. I wasn't really sure, but I was going to look it up this morning before I came here to find out for sure. Veg News reported that I guess there was a vegan nonprofit, and I don't remember which one it was, maybe Vegan Outreach. I'll look it up later and I'll put it on the screen, but they worked with Panda Express to get them to veganize some of their options. And Veg News reported that Panda Express actually went back on that, and the options that were vegan are no longer. But then everyone else said that the items like the chow mein and stuff were still vegan. And someone on Instagram actually commented back to me because I asked on Panda Express Instagram. I feel like I'm like describing something dramatic that happened to me at work or something. But so I asked Panda Express's Instagram and they got back to me and said that yes, the items that I was questioning, the spring rolls and the chow mein, were still vegan. Actually, they don't use vegan because of cross-contamination, and even when I asked inside the restaurant, that's kind of what they told me, that it's like it's cooked on shared surfaces or whatever. I'm gonna start eating because I'm super hungry. So yes, they don't say vegan or vegetarian on their website or in the restaurant because of cross-contamination, but you can go look at the allergy menu on their website, or you can just ask them directly like I did, and they said like that they are they didn't say plant-based, plant ingredients I think is what they said. Anyways, someone else commented back on the Instagram thread and said that it varies by location, so it's just a good idea to ask the person who is preparing your food. So that's what I did, and I kind of went in with an idea of what I wanted to get and everything that I had in mind passed the test. So I wanted the chow mein, and then they have like a mixed veggies thing that you can do half and half with the chow mein, and then I also got the eggplant tofu, and then this is the Beyond Meat orange chicken, which by the way, I think I'm going to include like a photo in the thumbnail of the Beyond Orange Chicken. Okay, now that I'm looking at it in the container, now that I know that for sure it's this one, I'm pretty sure I took the right picture, but they had like the seal of the Beyond Meat Orange Chicken in between both containers of orange chicken, I think, unless they were both Beyond Meat. That would maybe make sense if they were expecting it to sell a lot today, so they had like 2 containers. I've seen them do that before. I think actually they do that with the regular orange chicken because it's a popular item, so they have like 2 trays of it out at a time. It could have been that, but like that would make sense because I was like, am I even taking a picture of the right thing? Speaking of taking a picture, I gotta take a few before I start eating this. It looks really good. Okay, now we can eat. I say we, like we're gonna eat together. I'm so sorry, by the way. I saw a lot of people really disappointed because I think this was it only premiered in like 2 states and like just a handful of restaurants. I think it was like 10 restaurants or something like that. And so people were understandably disappointed. I think Panda said this was kind of like a test run to see how it does. And if it does well, they will introduce it nationwide. But I feel like that's always like frustrating and questionable to hear, because I mean, we can only judge Panda based on what they do. I'm not trying to I don't know, each restaurant's doing their own thing, but like we saw KFC came out with their Beyond Chicken and then it was only temporary. I didn't even get to try one, and I was trying to try one. And I heard Dunkin', so I've been seeing posts saying that the Dunkin' Beyond breakfast sandwich is discontinued, but I actually ordered Dunkin' Postmates the other day, and I saw that the Beyond sandwich was still on their menu, and I didn't want to order it because a lot of times if they are out of something or it was a mistake, then you just won't get it. So I was like, if I order coffee and the sandwich, then I just won't get breakfast that day. So I just went with like a bagel and some hash browns or something instead. But yeah, I saw online today, I think, that it's not actually discontinued, but some stores have stopped selling it. I think that's depending on popularity. Also, I'm just gesturing with this piece of tofu. I wasn't really sure what order I should taste things in. Let's start with the tofu, I guess. Okay, so I can tell you right away, this is definitely a lot better than I remembered it. They had eggplant tofu many years ago. I don't actually remember if this was when I was vegan already, because I've been vegan since 2010. I think it might have been before. I think I was in like high school and I was vegetarian, and I got a couple of items at Panda Express that I thought were vegetarian, and this was like before I guess it occurred to me to like look it up on the internet. Maybe it just wasn't as popular for like nutrition info to be on the internet. I don't really know, but the point is I was vegetarian, if not vegan yet, and I thought I was eating vegetarian food at Panda Express, including the eggplant tofu and the chow mein and possibly the fried rice. I think it was probably vegetarian. And then come to find out, after I had eaten this like several times, that all of their food at the time was cooked with chicken broth. So even the eggplant tofu, something that you would think like, oh, only a vegetarian would eat this, it wasn't actually vegetarian. But back in the day, back then, it didn't have this sauce on it. It was just like plain, I want to say it was like steamed tofu. It might have been like stir fried, but I think it was like steamed, and it was it was okay. It was like a veggie, like heavy dish. I think that's the other reason I thought that only a vegetarian would eat it, because it didn't really go with all of the other, I guess if someone's looking for like a healthier option or whatever, but it like didn't look like this stuff. It also seems like there is more tofu, a lot more tofu than eggplant. I think I got like 8 pieces of tofu and like 2 pieces of eggplant. Okay, the eggplant's not cooked quite right. Like I would say it's just slightly undercooked. It's not terrible, but it's like still crunchy. The tofu's pretty good though. I would definitely get this again, the eggplant tofu. Maybe it's just an off day. I mean, it is a pretty exciting day, being my birthday and all. Maybe they just didn't have time to cook the eggplant all the way. I would try it again at another time, especially if they keep the Beyond Chicken around, because that would give me all the more reason to come back. Okay, so I was gonna go with the boring vegetables next, but I think I have to try the chicken. There's probably people who tuned in and they're like, we just want to see what you think of the chicken. Those people might have turned this off already. Okay, that is really good. That's really, really good. I definitely had a moment, like, I think the same thing happened to me when I first tried the Beyond Famous Star at Carl's Jr., because like the flavors were so familiar and nostalgic that I'm like, this is the same thing that I ate growing up. Like the sauce is the same, the breading is the same, the chicken is different, the chicken is better, but yeah, it's the same, it's the same. Okay, another thing that I should say about this is, I feel like sometimes when restaurants serve things like vegan meats, like the kind of things that I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm always gesturing with food. The kind of things that we are now accustomed to finding in the freezer at the grocery store, sometimes I will think to myself, why am I going to go to a restaurant and try that? Because I can just make something similar at home. Like Gardein has their orange chicken, Trader Joe's has a mandarin like vegan chicken thing. The point I'm trying to get at though is this is better than the stuff that I make at home from the freezer. Like to me, this would be worth the trip. This would be worth going to get takeout. It's better, it's different. Like it just tastes like it was made in a restaurant. You know what I mean? I like how at the beginning of the video I was kind of slamming Panda Express like it wasn't good enough to be my birthday restaurant. And I'm like, this is like some fine cuisine right here. Okay, so let's get into the chow mein now. I guess that means the veggies are going to be last, which is kind of like a boring grand finale. But I think I'm probably going to end up eating the veggies like kind of mixed with the other stuff and the sauces and whatnot. Okay, so this might sound weird because I haven't had Panda Express chow mein in probably at least 11 years. I don't know, longer than that probably. I think I can taste the difference, that it's not chicken broth. Like, it tastes a little more oniony, kind of how veggie stock tastes. Like, it's good, but I think the orange chicken tastes exactly the same as I remember it, and the chow mein tastes just slightly different. It's still good though. Okay, so the veggies I got, it comes with like broccoli, kale, and cabbage. The veggies don't look super cooked either, kind of like the eggplant. I don't know. Let's try it. I mean, it's fine. It's vegetables. It's pretty plain, but I think that's a good thing because it kind of just goes with everything. It's fine. Okay, so I think that is all I have to say about this Panda Express. I'm going to continue eating by myself. I kind of lucked out. No other cars parked right next to me. One just pulled up like 2 parking spots away because they would probably think I'm a weirdo if I'm just in here eating and talking to myself. But I'm going to continue eating and not talking. I have one more client left to see today, and then I'm going to go home and hang out with Bruce and Pensone, who are both not feeling well. They're doing better though. If you want to know what's going on, check out my last Instagram post. But since I made that post, it seems like today they're having a pretty good, okay day. So I'm going to wrap this up so I can go see them. Thanks for having my birthday lunch / dinner. It's like 4 p.m. I don't know what it is. But thanks for hanging out, and thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and do all of that stuff. I don't know why I gestured like I'm going to put a subscribe button here. I don't even know how to do that. I've been on YouTube for like 2 years. I still don't know what I'm doing. But thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one when it's not my birthday. Bye.